What's going on? It's Ash here coming at you today in Raid Shadow Legends. Welcome to the video, guys. How you doing? I'm in a good mood here. Deliana, we already made a video about this champion, but I had to make a follow-up. What I want to do is something a little bit different here. I don't think I've ever done a video exactly like this before on the channel, but according to my community tab poll that was a little bit old, but most of you guys are still focused on, or your main focus in the game is making progress in the 4 traditional dungeons: Ice Golem, Spider's Den, Dragon's Lair, and Fire Knight's Castle. So what I want to do is around this new free champion right now, Deliana, who again, I think is fantastic for most players out there. I think she can help you out quite a bit. Really solid champion. Really solid. Unless you're super endgame, you can definitely have a use case for her. But today I want to focus on teams that you can build around her. Most people have access to all the champions shown in this video, especially if you've been playing for any amount of time. I want to say the only exception might be, I don't know how you guys consider Coldheart. Is she kind of free to play friendly or not, being a void rare?
You don't want to know.
But I will have Coldheart in one of these teams in Fire Knight, so just as a heads up for you guys. So let's talk about the teams. Actually, let's first take a quick look at Deliana. I have not changed anything about her build since my initial guide on this champion, but let's quickly review her kit one more time. Feel free to fast forward if you guys already know what she does or do not care about how I built her. Where are you, Deliana? Why do I keep going past her? God, man, you're getting old, Ash. You're getting old, dude.
I mean, I'm the rock star. She's not the rock star.
Deliana, you're looking great. You're looking great today, Deliana. I have her in a stun set with speed. Total stats here, we really prioritize speed, right? We have 100 crit rate, crit damage, some accuracy, obviously, for her block buffs, and a lot of speed and sustainability, right? So we made her really tanky as well. Stun set is going to be great because she's going to help CC, especially with these teams, which are, again, pretty free-to-play friendly. We're going to need to keep them alive. So having the stun set attached to the AoE on the A1, 18% of a chance of a stun, and then the leech on top of that, 60%, is going to be really advantageous. We're going to take a massive advantage of that in this video. On our A2, 1 enemy decreased resistance. If they're under block buffs, that's going to spread to all of the enemies. Fantastic for my accuracy thresholds. I'll be using some champions like Kale, who, I only have built with like 200 accuracy. Not enough for level 25 dungeons, but he is going to be helped out by that A2 ability. Know Your Place is a really good ability here. It has a heal based on their max HP for each block buffs placed by this skill. Very good block buffs, being a quintessential debuff to have on your squad. On the 4-turn cooldown, it lands 100% rate when booked, and it fills their turn meter if we get any resists or blocked from the enemy team. That's fantastic. And then Magnificent, passive increases champion's accuracy by 2 for every 1000 HP this champion has. That's great to have as well, right, guys? And then active, strengthen buff on all allies for 2 turns every time this champion's HP drops below 50%. So a really well-rounded, solid champion with a great aura that you can use in all battles, 33% on the HP. For Masteries, here's what we went with, guys. We actually have Fearsome Presence, so I stand corrected. It's not an 18, but rather a 23% chance at landing a stun off of that A1. Nothing wrong with going offensive tree, picking up War Master if you'd rather have some extra damage, or if you're not using a stun set. If you're not using a stun set, going speed gear is totally fine. You can go with, if you want to get kind of crazy, you can go with Retaliation and get more AoE attacks on the A1, 35% chance to counterattack. Avenging should be used mainly for the arena because most bosses aren't going to be critically hitting your team. But Retaliation could be fun. We could have even a Reflex set, reduce the cooldowns of the A2 or the A3. We can go with just simply Perception gear as well. So a lot of options, even Relentless gear if you want. It could work on Deliana. So let's go ahead and get into the teams here, guys. And again, let me know, you want me to do, a video like this with any other champion? I'm not going to show you the entire run on these teams. I'm just going to talk about the team, going to start things out, and then we're just going to go to the next dungeon. I will show you the end screen, of course, and maybe a little bit of boss action, too. So we have Scylla the Drakes.
I have to do something I don't want to do. Do you understand what I'm saying? I do not want to do this!
We have War Maiden as our debuffer. We have Kale for poisons. We have Haikatun, who I'm a big fan of as well. She has an AoE decreased turn meter. She has a fill turn meter and increased decreased speed as well on a 3-turn cooldown. And she's a free champion that you get just by starting out. Same thing with War Maiden campaign farmable. Same thing with Still the Drakes, a daily login reward, and a starting champion in Kale. So this team is really, really solid against Dragon. Obviously, the poisons from Kale are going to help make this run not take 20 minutes. However, it will be, I think, our longest run of the video. This is usually around a 6-minute run with this specific team. Again, these are level 25 dungeons. So the issue is these 2 waves, not necessarily the boss, but the 2 waves take forever. Little Sandlot action for you guys. Take a while to get through these waves. The nice thing is you might ask yourself, well, Ash, this team doesn't have a lot of support on it necessarily, you know? Not a lot of healing going on here on the squad outside the A3 of Deliana in the passive of Still the Drakes, but still, they're stunned. Look at the enemies.
This is that ice cold Michelle fight for that white gold.
Is literally the most fun I have ever had.
They're going to be stunned basically all the time, right? We have that stun set on Deliana, 23% chance every single time she goes with that A1, and Still the Drakes has a stun on her A2 as well. So what I want to do, guys, is come back to you guys when we get to the Dragon. I will be right back. All right, guys, so here we are finishing up the Dragon. As I said, this will be the longest run of the video, but things have been going very, very well thus far. It's really nice to have Deliana on this squad, not just because of the heal, not just because of the block buffs for the waves, but also because of the decreased resistance, which on a champion like Kale, for example, I have War Maiden and Kale in just like really crappy gear, right? The hand-me-downs of the hand-me-downs. So they don't have a lot of accuracy. But with the decreased resistance, it's going to help out the team quite a bit in 1 second short of 6 minutes. As I said, this should be, I think, the longest run that we have here on the video. And Deliana and Still the Drakes just put out both a lot of damage for this squad. Kale taking the lead there, obviously, with all of those poisons, even though it is a negative affinity matchup, level 25 being Force Affinity, we still got by with Kale as being our main DPS and Still the Drakes on the team as well. Let's go into Ice Golem next, guys. Now, on the Ice Golem team I have assembled here a little bit different. We still have War Maiden, we have Vizix the Unbowed, and we have Still the Drake still on the team, Deliana as well. And we have Rosin Scarhide, who is a permanent fusion inside this game, and I would highly, highly consider, if you haven't already, going for him, man. This dude is really, really good. I would even say underrated in terms of where most people rank him compared to other legendaries in the game. He's slow, that sucks, but he has a decreased full turn meter on his A3 ability, and he also has a great debuff ability, weaken and decrease defense on a 3-turn cooldown for bosses, and a defense-based champion with a triple hitter, great for Giant Slayer on his A1. Anyway, guys, this team is going to make pretty quick work considering it is a level 25 dungeon. Of this dungeon, I'm going to come back at you guys again once we get to the final wave. I'll be right back. All right, guys, so here we are against the Ice Golem about 3 minutes into the run. I do want to note here that we have standard gear on our War Maiden, just standard, you know, accuracy and speed artifact sets. We have regen and immortal on our Still of the Drakes. Actually, I take that back. We have no, do we have regen and immortal? I think we have regen and immortal. I have 2 Still the Drakes, so there's 2 different builds. I forget which one I was using, but it looks like, based on those heals, it looks like we do. We have lifesteal on Vizix the Unbowed as well. We just have defensive artifact sets on Rosin Scarhide as well. And Dark Alhaine, it strikes me I should have found a way to get my girl Dark Alhaine.
The playbook philosophy makes a case for life as a celebration.
Because she's fantastic for Ice Golem as well. But you guys can see we are spreading that decreased resistance. We have block buffs. I mean, all incredible skills, plus the stun, plus the leech. She's bringing a lot to the table. She really is, Deliana. I'm really happy that they keep adding these champions. I'm not sure how I feel about the fact that she is going to be available from shards after this. You know? I don't know. Like, I'm not going to get excited about pulling a dupe Deliana after I got it for free, you know? How do you guys feel about that? Let me know. But either way, this is a really, really solid team, guys. Even if we do lose Vizix there, I think she had Ally Protect maybe up, or maybe she didn't. Maybe she just got hit hard. But it's okay because we have Scylla the Drakes up to pick her up and to revive her, right? So again, you can see that decreased turn meter from the bog down ability of Roslyn Scarhide. It's going to be reduced, of course, against level 25 bosses by 50%, but still, it's going to help out tremendously. So as you guys can see, I mean, nothing really to worry about, right, in this battle. I mean, the nice thing about it, too, is if we had Dark Helhane, it wouldn't be as controlled as this, as almost methodical as this. But this is what we need to have.
This is why I didn't want to do this.
Whoa, still goes down. Wait a second, I don't want to eat my words there. But this is what we need to have a 100% success rate on a dungeon like this, right? We don't need that massive DPS team with Royal Guards and such. You're just liable to wipe if you do that. So just be very, very careful. Too much damage sometimes can be your problem with Ice Golem, right? So we can get rid of that. Deliana, again, not too bad on the stat sheet there. A lot of heals, a lot of damage. Not bad, and keep in mind, no War Master on her either. Rosin and Vizix definitely carrying the lead in terms of the damage, but it was a group effort here, whole team. All right, so really, really solid team there. Let's go to Fire Knight's Castle. Fire Knight, stage 25, excuse me, Apothecary, Coldheart, Vizix, Syl, and Deliana again. So really, really, really strong team. This team doesn't even come close to dying at all throughout this entire run, including against the Fire Knight, because with the 3-time hitter on Apothecary's A1 and a 4-time hitter on Coldheart's A1, it's going to be pretty quick work, pretty easy work to get that shield down. So let's go ahead and come back at you guys when we get to the Fire Knight. All right, guys, here we go. Fire Knight 25. We got to him. Let's chip away at that shield. Again, having these multiple hitters on those A1s are going to be very, very advantageous for us. Let's keep this shield down. We want to keep the shield down as long as possible so we can have Coldheart go in with the Heartseeker ability and get that turn meter down as well, right? And that's going to be the name of the game here. So here we go, shield down, but again, just in time for another hard-hitting AoE attack. The frustrating thing is getting the shield down, but once it's down and we land a Heartseeker, we're gonna be A-okay, good to go, right? The interesting thing about this team is I ran it without a debuffer on the squad, right? Without a decreased defense champion, and it's still not taking really that long overall, which I really like, right? And it just goes to show how having just some consistent AoE, like quasi-support champions, not even like nukers per se, it just adds up, right? And you don't have to always have a debuffer on your team if you can control the match, and if you're not necessarily super concerned with how long it takes you, right? Remember, as we always say here on the channel, having a 100% success rate in dungeons and it taking, you know, double the time is way better than having an 80% success rate. You're just throwing away all that energy really for no reason. So we're about halfway there on the HP. We did lose a couple champions there. The Ally Protect causing Vizix to go down, and we had Coldheart again go down. We do get that shield removed, and keep in mind, Scylla the Drakes does have a decreased speed on her A1, which is going to really help us out if it lands on the Fire Knight. And, you know, having increased speed on your squad, decreased speed on the Fire Knight is going to really help you with that shield, right? So here we go, and she has smart AI, Coldheart that is. She's always going to A1 into the shield. They fixed that actually before they went in and added custom AI to the game as a feature, so we don't even have to worry about it. This team, just like every single team that I'm showing you in today's video, has no AI customization, no skill customization. I just go, I click auto, and that's it, right? And of course, I know some of you guys aren't going to have all of these champions necessarily, or you might have better options. You might have an Allura on your team where you don't need, you know, champions like this. There's also champions that you can sub in that are also free to all of these teams, like Lordly Legionary, for example, could fit on this team as well, other multiple hitter champions. So the idea here is you can make substitutions where it makes sense for you and for your account, because only you know that best. So I lied. This is actually going to be the longest run, excuse me, of the video here, just over 6 minutes, but hopefully the shield will not go down again, or go up again. I think it probably will. Let's see. How close is Coldheart to another Heartseeker? I think she just used... No! There we go. We take it down. All right, so there it goes. GG's. Deliana, again, putting up some decent all-around stats, just helping the team out, right? Especially all that leech damage. Keep that in mind, or all that leech healing. Keep that in mind as well. So we have the heal in the A3 and all those heals that come from leech. You can see the heals here, like a 200k on Coldheart, and then Apothecary obviously has his heal in his kit, but some on Vizix as well. Let's go into Spider's Den, guys. Spider's Den. Stage 25, Spider's Den. We have Razan right back on the squad. Help with some control here. And then we have the HP burn of Drexstar Blood Twin, who is available vis-a-vis the Bazaar. You can get his fragments through Tag Team Arena, so anybody can get their hands on Razan on Razan and on Drexstar Blood Twin. And then we have Deliana, Coldheart to help out, just make it a little bit faster of a fight. And then we have Silda Drakes as well to help with those stuns. I should probably have subbed in the other Silda Drakes, because we don't necessarily want her to be doing a lot of damage. We just want her in there for control. We actually want the Spiderlings to stay alive and stunned. That way they can get all those HP burn ticks on the mother spider. So this team is really solid. Again, it does take a while. Again, this is Spider 25. That's a lot of HP, but the leech is definitely going to help keep your nuker, whoever that is, alive in this battle. And you can see Heartseeker already helping out that ability of Cold Hearts to keep that turn meter down and kind of keep the battle going. So guys, I'm going to come back at you guys at the end of this match, and that will conclude the video. I'll be right back, guys. All right, guys, and there we go with the Spider's Den, stage 25 down. Drexstar, Deliana putting out a lot of damage. Obviously, Drexstar with the burner doing a lot there as well. Razan, again, leaning on him, Coldheart, and Syl. So that is the video, guys. Those are 4 teams that are, I can't, again, say really free to play necessarily because of the Coldhearts, but fairly accessible to most players in the game. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see more team-based videos like this, please let me know in the comments below. I'd love to make this sort of content. I know I asked you at the top of the video too, but I'm going to ask you again as a friendly reminder. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching all the way till the end. And as always, take care, guys.